Have you been to a psychiatrist lately? Well, I tell you what, in my lifetime, I've been to a psychiatrist a number of times, psychotherapist, counselor, all those people. Now, what I noticed, particularly with psychiatrists, if you go to their office, they have this picture. It may not be this picture, but one very much like it. And so you're sitting there and they're talking with you, and then eventually they get around to asking you, look at that painting. What do you think of when you look at that painting? Where are you going? Where are you in the painting? Life's a journey, and deciding where you are on that journey is quite a thing. I remember when we were flying over Central Australia, going to Ayers Rock, I looked out the window of the plane and I saw quite clearly the Australian desert. And then an hour later, I looked out the window again and it seemed like it was exactly the same scene. And I wondered, are we moving at all? This whole idea of life as a journey. And are we just spectators looking out the window? Or do we actually make things happen? Or do we want to make things happen? We spent a couple of days at a friend's house, and he has a magnificent drive to his house. You've seen it on Pauline's place, I think. Well, this drive is rather like the picture of the pier going out into the water. It's a long drive, as you can see, and you can't quite see the end, and it makes me think of those psychiatrists' pictures. At the end of the drive was a busy road, and when finally I came out of the canopy, I could see cars and trucks and people going on holidays, and they all seem to know where they're going. And here I was wondering, where am I going? And I looked at the sign. I thought, maybe that's a message for me. Slow down. Well, it's true that now I'm a bit older, I do move more slowly. But what's the point of moving at all if you're not quite sure where you're going? Some of my friends suggest that I should take up a suitable sport like bowls or golf. As a young man, I actually did play golf a couple of times, and on the last time I played, I hit a magnificent shot and the ball landed close to the hole, and my friends applauded. And then I had to tell them that I was aiming for a completely different fairway. Just got there. Well, I have to say that I'm a completely Jesus-oriented person, and I'm inspired by what he says. And he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So I guess I'll spend whatever rest of my life trying to do things which I think honor him, because I think that is the way of life. So what are the things that honor him? Well, I could spend the rest of my life reading the Bible and saying prayers. Actually, I don't think Jesus is calling me to a life of contemplation. I think he calls us to be involved with life, and that means involved with people. And so my hope on my journey is that one way or another I can be involved with people for the rest of my life, and maybe helping. And perhaps there are some children somewhere who would be glad of my company. I'm sure there are people who are sad and people who are lonely that I can relate to. So think about going down that long pathway, walking out on the pier. Where am I? Well, I'm somewhere near the end, but I can tell you this. I'm looking for ways to find Jesus, not just in a book or in a church service, but in others. And they can help me, and maybe I can help them. Now that's an exciting thought.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stanley. Happy birthday to you.